So apparently Viserion has a thing for the Blue Jays. I had no idea. Here's your look at the Foco Game of Thrones Ice Dragon bobblehead. Do you know someone who questions your dedication for your team? Just show them this Blue Jays Game of Thrones Ice Dragon bobblehead. Not only will it look great on your desk and show off your fandom, but no one really wants to argue with a dragon either. To start this review, we're going to figure out how tall the Ice Dragon bobblehead stands. I think that's as good of a place as any. Maybe just a little bit lower. There we go. We want to get as accurate with this as we possibly can. And accurate will certainly help by using the Ultra Measure 5000. According to that and the readout that we're looking at right now, the Ice Dragon is 7.8 inches in height, which in centimeters works out to be just a little less than 20 centimeters. It's probably good just to round that up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to round this up, overlooking the display here. I'm going to say 20 centimeters tall is the Ice Dragon bobblehead. For some size comparisons, we're going to just move over Viserion, and we'll bring in, very carefully, there we go, the Night King bobblehead, also which was kindly supplied by the folks over at Foco. Both are, as you can see, representing the Blue Jays, liking that, digging that, Canadian guy myself. But you can see like the size difference between them. The Ice Dragon considerably wider, but I would say the winner of the height here would definitely be going to the Night King. So let's have a look at the Ice Dragon, and I do want to make a correction to my look when we had the look at the Night King bobblehead. I had said that the price point was around a $60 price point. I might have even said $62 price point. Actually, on their website, I think it's $45, but when you click on it, it converts it over to Canadian funds, which was actually rather handy, but the price that I gave you at the end of that review was based on Canadian dollars. If you are interested, by the way, in picking up the Ice Dragon for yourself, it will be a $60 US price point, and then clicking on that will do all the conversion stuff behind the scenes. So again, just want to make that a bit of an amendment in my previous review. Now that being said, let's have a look at Viserion here as a fully realized dragon, unlike the laying down on the job dragon that was kind of behind the Night King. Here we have a much larger sized dragon. Apparently also guarding whatever team mascot, team logo that you decide to go with. I love the fact that it's actually this little formation of ice here, and you can see the tail is kind of wrapping around the front of it, appearing to be guarding, if anything, the Blue Jays logo. Now again, this would be whatever team you decide to choose from their list available. Just so happens that they sent me Toronto Blue Jays because, again, I'm from Canada. Now, the neat thing about this is, like the Night King, it's made up of a translucent blue, so you can kind of see behind it. It looks like it's made and forged from ice, like a little bit of that frosting that they've also added within that. I don't know intentionally or not, but it does kind of, the texturing does make it look like it's real, genuine ice. As for the dragon itself, like I said, it's a much larger version of Viserion, and notable things like how the dragon appears in the show. One thing I love is the fact that Foco added these little holes and stuff in its wing, exactly the way it looks in the show. It's got some fantastic scaling that they've done. Now, keeping in mind, these are bobbleheads that you're paying a little bit more for, being that they are premium, but they are handcrafted and also hand painted. Do want to stress that. The giant, larger than life head, I mean, quite proportionately off from the rest of its body, but that's kind of like the way that the bobbleheads are. Generally a larger head perched atop of a smaller body. It doesn't seem as distorted here. Kind of looks like a baby version of Viserion if it was a Ice Dragon at the time. Like I said, I love the scaling that they've added to it. They've added also what seems to be a dry brushing there of this kind of bluish gray that looks quite good on it, especially on its head. You can see all of each of its individual teeth have been painted in almost kind of a creamish white. And also the notable trait of this now being a claimed dragon by the White Walkers is you've got the crystal blue eye showing right there. These are a little on the heavier side, so I will say you will want to be careful when you are putting these ones on display. There are component pieces to it that will damage if you drop it, if you bang it, anything like that. The beautiful thing about it is, we'll just flip it upside down also, there's the Toronto Blue Jays down below, and this is out of 2019. So ironically, this year as well, 2019, is the only availability of quantity for this particular release. Above that, you got Legends of the Diamond, limited edition, handcrafted collectible, down below there. Well, one thing also, too, is unlike the Night King, when you immediately get Viserion out of packaging, there's no assembly that's required. For the Night King, actually, you would have had to have taken the actual body with the bobblehead, attach it to the base, attach the banner, and then slide the bat through the front or into its hands. The Ice Dragon, on the other hand, actually has no assembly whatsoever. Immediately getting this out of packaging, short of actually just taking off the foam kind of neck brace that they put in there, because after all, this is a bobblehead, there's little to no assembly that's required when you get this one that's out of the box. Now, being, of course, these are bobbleheads, there is some bobbling action that's happening. You don't want to be too aggressive with these particular bobbleheads, just because, again, that they are handcrafted pieces. They're not made of plastic, so of course they are a little bit more sensitive to care. Again, I really do love the look of this. It's kind of bittersweet, you know, the fact that we are looking at a Game of Thrones piece. Now, of course, with Game of Thrones finally wrapping up. How did you feel, by the way, of the episode, the final episode of Game of Thrones? Let me know down below, guys. But again, don't spoil anything for people that haven't seen the episode just yet. Are you a fan of Game of Thrones? Yes. Are you a fan of baseball? Yes. Are you a fan of bobbleheads? Most definitely yes. Then you may be interested in picking one up, the new FOCO Game of Thrones Major League Baseball bobbleheads for yourself. And again, the price point for these, if you guys are interested in picking them up for yourself, the Night King bobblehead that we looked at in the previous review is $45, and the Viserion Ice Dragon bobblehead is $60. When you do click on them, they'll do the conversion for you. So for example, I think the Ice Dragon is $60 showing on their website, but when you are adding it to your cart, I think it converts it over to $82 in Canadian. The beautiful thing about these, again, is not only are you getting spectacular looking sculpted bobbleheads, but also if you're a fan of baseball and Major League Baseball, you can also represent your team by having the dragon essentially guarding the logo for your favorite baseball team. Again, I'll put the links down below, and a big thank you, by the way, also to FOCO for taking the time and sending these two bobbleheads my way, so I was able to showcase these guys to you, the viewers. Speaking of you, the viewers, now if you guys haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button that's at the bottom right corner of this video. You're probably seeing it right now. And also make sure you turn on your bell notifications. That's apparently a requirement right now, that if you want to see all the videos that are coming onto this channel, whatever different genre and type of collectible that I'm looking at, make sure you hit that bell notification that you're always notified when new videos are coming on to this channel. Thanks for watching, guys, as you always do, and I'll see you guys next time.